Come into the room, family. Come into the room. I am the H-Town vet, and I'd like to welcome you to this live stream, a place where we will discuss a variety of benefits available to veterans, active duty members, and their dependents. Come into the room. We want to thank y'all for reaching our goal of 2,000 subscribers. Now we're going to be headed toward 5,000. So let's make it happen. We already at 2,100, and let me see what the count is right now. As of today, we got another subscriber, 2,105 subscribers so far. As you come into the room, let us know that you're here. Family, let us know that you're here. We have our sister Betty Bob says, H-Town, good evening. Hope you are having a lovely week. I am. Just a busy week. Family, as y'all come into the room, let us know that you're here. We're going to make sure that our sound is good. So come on into the room. And we're going to get started shortly. Okay, family, we're doing good on that. Y'all let me know. We got Brother Coasty in the house saying, good evening, H-Town and the family. Welcome, my brother Coasty, our Coast Guard member of the of the military. And we also have Betty Bob saying, H-Town, congratulations. I guess my birthday and my 2,000 subscribers. And she's saying, good evening to Coasty. Yes, indeed. Now, we also have our brother in here, our brother Charleston. He and Betty Bops are both sailors, okay? And he says, evening shipmate, Betty Bops, and the one hashtag #1 disabled YouTube. Now, the #1 veteran disability YouTuber, H-Town Vet. Oh, thank you for the accolades. I really appreciate it. Never been called that before. Coast Guard. Coach says, hi, Betty. And everybody's speaking to each other. We're going to go ahead and get started. For those that are watching recorded, smash that like button, family. If this information is informative, you appreciate the channel and you get a lot of information out of it. Now we're going to get on topic. So we're glad that you're here. Let's get right to it. The topic for today is we're talking about permanent VA ratings and temporary VA ratings. All right. There are two of each. We're going to talk about it, the permanent nature of them, then which ones are permanent, which ones are temporary. Then we're going to cover in a little bit, just to make for clarity, which ones are total disability ratings and which ones are not, because they kind of switch up when you're doing it that way. Okay. Now, family, let us get to it. Permanent ratings are TDIU and 100% P&T. Coasty is TDIU. That is 100% permanent rating. I have 100% permanent total. That is 100% permanent VA rating also. Temporary ratings are IU. I used to have that. That's individual unemployability. And a temporary 100%, which is a schedule of 100%. All right, but it's temporary. Now we're going to talk about it, so let's get into it. That's the topic. Now, what's the question? What is the difference between temporary and permanent VA ratings? So our goal tonight is to answer the question. The goal is to answer the question. Getting some. Give me a second. How long have you been testing? Tell me if you can hear me now. How much did you miss? Give me a second. Let me check my sound. Tell me if you can hear me now. We got Brother Paul in the room. Greet everybody coming into the room. Let me check my sound, okay? Because I want to know when it stopped. Give me a second. Because I want to know when it stopped. Between temporary and permanent VA. So our goal tonight is to answer the test. So let's do it, family. Let me go back a little bit here. Apologize. I got probably gonna have to get another cord. Let's see. So we're gonna go back over this part where we said, what is the difference? What is the difference between temporary and permanent VA ratings? Brother Joseph in the room say, hey, H-Town, what's going on? H-Town, you are cutting in and out. Am I still cutting in and out right now? Let us know if we're cutting in and out right now. Let us know. Can you hear us clearly now? Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. Let us know. Let us know on the sound, family. Then we got Charleston. They saying hi to each other. That's better. Let me know if something happens because I got to give me another cord. Because everybody's saying hi. All right. We're going to let y'all do that. Say that's better. To keep down trolling and distractions, we're going to get straight to the information. We're not going to be reading every chat. And we're going to be paying attention to everything going on. Now, like we said, we're dealing with 100% ratings. So we're going to use that as our example. You can have a permanent or temporary rating from 0 to 100%, but we're going to deal with 100% ratings because that tend to be the one that they do it on. Now, let me get over where I'm more in here. Okay, now. Okay, so we're going to figure out what's the difference. How do you know when you have a temporary, permanent rating? What is the difference? It depends on the type of 100% rating that you have. Okay, now, There are 4 types of 100% ratings. Regardless of what people tell you, they're not 8, they're not 10. There are different forms of temporary 100% ratings, a whole bunch of them, but they're all temporary 100% rating, even though there are different types. Number 2 is, so number 1 is temporary 100% ratings. The second type is 100% permanent and total ratings. Number 3 is IU, which is individual unemployability. And then there is TDIU, which is total disability individual unemployability. All right. Thank y'all. Now, family. So these are the 4 types of 100%. Until somebody can prove different, let me know. Now we're going to deal with temporary ratings. Temporary ratings are pretty much straightforward. They are temporary. They're dependent on a couple of things, depending on the type of temporary rating that you have. Okay? If you have a temporary rating that's based on a temporary 100%, that's going to be a function of you having this corrective surgery. If it's based on unemployability, individual unemployability, it's going to be based on a time frame where you're going to be reevaluated to see if your condition has improved or gotten worse or better. Now, so understand this here. When you're dealing with temporary ratings, and that's what we're covering right now, temporary 100% and individual unemployability, IU, both are temporary ratings. The whole goal is there going to be improvement ahead? Is there going to be improvement going forward? Okay? Now, the way it works is this here. Temporary rating, they look to see if it improved because it fluctuates. Another term that I used was what? Dynamic, meaning it move up and down. But that term seemed to be a little bit confusing, so we're going to go back to fluctuate. Meaning you might get better sometime, you might be worse. It fluctuates. Sometime your car starts, sometime it doesn't. That's fluctuating, okay? She said we have 8 likes and 7 watching. Okay, let's get it done. Thank y'all for being here, family. Now, periodic reexaminations. Periodic reexaminations for temporary ratings. When you have a temporary rating, you're going to have periodic reexaminations, in particular for individual unemployability. When it comes to 100%, temporary 100%, it's going to be a little different. It's going to be after the corrective surgery, and then they're going to see, hey, you know what? Once we do the surgery, we're going to go and reduce them, but they will pay you for residuals. Now, temporary ratings due to, now listen to this, conditions may improve, okay? So because the condition may improve, So a reevaluation from 3 to 5 years, that's for individual unemployability, or for temporary 100%, it would be after the corrective surgery for temporary 100%. And I hope that makes sense. So that temporary 100%, let's say you have a knee replacement. That would be one reason. All right. Another reason to have a temporary 100%, you went in the hospital and had surgery and you're still in the hospital, they'll give you 100% while you're in the hospital. You're in a mental health facility at the VA for 6 months or more. They give you 100%, a temporary 100%. There are many different reasons they will give you a temporary 100%. And that's what confuses people, thinking that there's more than 4 types of 100%. There are not. Now, in both cases, whether it's individual unemployability or a temporary 100%, they expect an improvement because of the fluctuation, because these conditions tend to wing or wane, or this is what the doctor says about it. Number 2 are the other 2 that are permanent VA ratings. That's 100% PNT and or TDIU. You have one or the other, not both. Okay, now how do these conditions work? Well, they are static. That's what means permanent in nature. Not likely to improve significantly. See how H-Town added something in now, because I had to break it down to you. Not likely to improve significantly over the remainder of the veteran's life. Not likely to improve significantly over the remainder of the veteran's life. So when it says significantly, when I had it, got my rating, right? If you have 100% permanent total and they send you in for a reevaluation and you have a little improvement, they're not going to mess with you. But if it's significant and continuous, remember those 2 terms? Now that's different. And in those cases, no future exams scheduled. That doesn't mean that there won't be any future exams, but none scheduled. Remember these 2 terms. Remember this. This slide is one of the most important slides of them all. Now, permanent, static mean it's stuck in place. Don't mean it won't wiggle loose or improve, but at this point, it ain't going nowhere. It's in a bad place and it's stuck there. That's why it's permanent. Watch our video on static VA ratings. We go into more detail on this topic. Now, temporary ratings and permanent ratings are also known as static ratings. We're going to give you some information on that. Now, example of temporary ratings, temporary VA ratings, we kind of talked about it a little earlier. Temporary 100% rating can be granted after a hospitalization exceeding 21 days for a service-connected condition. The condition must be service-connected. Or after surgery requiring cast or immobilization for recovery. So some type of brace or something that keeps you from moving. Now, let's see what our brother says. Question: what happened to more unlikely to improve? Okay. More unlikely to improve. It's not more unlikely, it's not likely to improve. That's what it is. That's what I thought I had on that. It's not unlikely, it's not likely to improve. They don't necessarily use the term unlikely, but I get what you're saying. Let me make sure that I got that right. Okay. Since you brought it up, let me verify. Isn't that my term? Verify. Let's see. Okay. Let me make sure that. That's what it's, so that's the way it's termed. They usually use it, not confusing, static, not likely to improve significantly over the remainder of a veteran's life. So I'm just being more codified, not likely to improve, no future exam. It's not likely to improve, so you're not going to have any examination, but that doesn't mean that they won't call you in, right? So that's what we're saying now. All right. So now let's get back to where we at. Let me know if that answered your question. So glad you had one that's on topic, and we appreciate you. Now let us continue. Static versus fluctuating. Static versus fluctuating is permanent versus temporary, because permanent conditions are static and temporary conditions fluctuate. Now understand this. This is in the green. fluctuating ratings are subject to routine future examinations to assess improvement, while static ratings are not. Now let's continue. How the VA decides temporary or permanent status. So understand this, family, and I want you to be clear, and I'm gonna get back up on the screen in a minute. You can be 100% temporary, like a temporary 100%, or IU, individual unemployability, and request just to be a permanent status. I did it. Okay? So what do they look at to determine whether your condition is permanent or just to leave it as temporary? The VA reviews the veteran's complete medical history. How often do that really happen? A thorough medical examination is conducted. Age and the likelihood of the condition worsening or improving are considered. The VA ultimately determines if the medical evidence support a permanent classification. So they determine whether that is. And that's based on, will it continue? They have any evidence? Not remember who make the decision. Do they have any evidence that it will continue to be at this level for the rest of your life? Most likely than not. And that would be based on what the doctors say in your medical notes, CMP exam, or other medical evidence. Not the doctor's not the one that makes the final decision. It is the VA, family. Did you hear what I said? It is the VA that makes that final decision. Now, let us continue. Okay. Hold on. Did we just cover that? So we're answering the question. Did we answer the question? I guess we went over the information quickly, didn't we? We did that in 23 minutes. Now, what is the difference between temporary and permanent ratings? Did we answer the question, family? Let us know if we answered the question. Let us know. Did we answer the question? All right. Because we want to be clear. See, we're getting over this easy, quickly now, because we got it where people have to be in here for 13 weeks. And a lot of the other videos, I'm going back and I saw just a lot of little slick disruption. And it's very upsetting because I wasn't able to get to stuff because I'm wondering what's going on. I said, it's something I'm doing. It's a lot of different little slick stuff that was going on. So we handling that. Now, Betty says, yes, you did. Coasty says, yes. Now, let us continue. Anybody else? If we didn't put no, and we're going to try to break it down, and we'll do our best to break it down. If you kind of understand some of it, say maybe, let us know. Now that we've covered that part, the topic that was for tonight, now we're going to get into, that's the permanent part, because it's the permanent and temporary. So we talked about the temporary, then the permanent. So now let's talk about the permanent, then the total. Permanent and total. So now we're going to go into the total part of the game. This is kind of related because we never see PNT. So Coasty said yes. So Coasty, it has TDIU. He has a permanent and total rating, even though they don't say that, just said TDIU. But now let's break it down. No, he doesn't have a permanent total. He has a permanent rating. So let's clarify. Now, total ratings, meaning you're actually on your paperwork, it says 100%. That could be it could be temporary with a temporary 100%, meaning you actually have 100%. Okay. or it could be 100% permanent total. That means your numbers add up to 100%, or you have one condition that's 100%, or it may add up to more than 100%, but they're only going to pay you at the 100% rate. That is a schedular 100%, what you see in green. Tell me if we clear. Now, extra schedular, so that means you have, so let's deal with scheduler first. When you have a schedule 100%, you meet the criteria for complete impairment. What do we mean by complete impairment? We mean that you have a complete impairment that's at symptoms that are so severe that they give you a total impairment and you're paid at the 100% rate. I mean, you actually have a reflection of 100%. Now, extra schedular, let's talk about that. Extra schedular. That's like IU and TDIU. IU is temporary, TDIU is permanent, but they're extra schedular. You're paid at the 100% rate, but your actual percentage is not 100%. They give you extra money to pay you at the 100% rate. Make sense? Let us know if that makes sense. Now let us continue. So they give you this extra money when it's extra schedular. The two forms of unemployability are extra schedular. So unemployability. So when you fill out the form, it's going to be for unemployability. %. So if you have a 60% rating, but it prevents you from working, from getting substantial and gainful employment, what happens? You can file. That's extra schedular. Yeah, it's extra schedular. So I want y'all to repeat it so we don't get confused, because the VA will try to confuse you on these things. And in the past, when I was going over this information, I'm realizing why y'all wasn't getting it all the way, because there was a lot going on. And it was important for me to ask y'all, did y'all understand it? And then check it out, so to make sure we're in the same place. And also, yes, extra scheduler like SMC, yes. Extra scheduler like SMC, but for different reasons. SMC, special monthly compensation, looks at the big picture. Okay, so you might already be at 100%, but they say you need more money that's not based on severity level. Okay, when it comes to unemployability, whether it's TDIU or IU, it is based on what? Your ability to maintain substantial gainful employment. The requirements are different, but both of them, both unemployability and special monthly compensation, are extra schedular ratings. All right, hopefully I didn't confuse you. So now let's get to this here. So how do you qualify? If you have, for the first way you can qualify for a unemployability or file for it, you can't even file for it unless you have one condition that is at least 60%. All right, you have one condition that's 60%, not a combined. So here it is. Veteran is eligible to file a claim for unemployability if one service-connected disability is rated at 60% or higher. Now, you may have other conditions. That's okay. That's okay. But you have to have at least one rated at 60% or higher. I had one at 70% and I filed for unemployability. So usually your percentage is going to be between 60, 70, 80, or 90. One individual, you have one individual condition. Then what happened if you get it approved for unemployability, you have to fill out the form. They'll pay you at the 100%. You would have an extra scheduler rating. It will not be a total rating because you'll still be 60%, 70%, 80%, or 90% paid at 100%. Okay, that's the first way to qualify for unemployability, whether it be IU or TDIU, either one. Family, we're gonna make this thing happen. The second way is 70%. So 70%, you don't have to have one that's 60%. So let's say you have a 70% rating, but you don't have one condition that's 60% or higher. So now there's another way you can file for it. This is another way to qualify. And our sister Betty Bob says, H-Town, thank you. That really makes sense. Okay, we're trying to make it make sense. Now let us continue. Now, if you have a 70% rating, but you don't have one condition that's at least 60%, this is how it works. A veteran with 2 or more service-connected disabilities are eligible to file a claim for unemployability if at least one of the disability is rated at 40% or higher. One is 40% or higher, but it combines to make up 70% with the other disabilities because you got more than one. So you have to have one that's 40% and the rest of them add up to 70%. Come on now. Now, let's see what our brother said here. Read that. And y'all have any questions, we got it there. And our sister, Alaskan Ice, did a beautiful job breaking this down for us. And I thank her for that because she's very thorough on this. And she helped me get the slide together and I tweaked it like I needed to do. Now, listen to what our brother says here, Charleston. Question, is extra scheduler from 60% and up based on monthly income or employment or both? It's not based on income because it is still compensation. You're still service-connected compensation, but it is based on employment. That's why it's called unemployability, saying that you cannot secure substantial or gainful employment. And the VA defines what substantial and gainful is. We got our brother Jay Oliver in the house. Jay Oliver in the house. Thank you. Everybody show love to our brother. Now, is that 70% combined? Yes, indeed. You right on top of it. Any other questions? See, family, we're going to make sure we get these things right because a lot of people are starting to come to the channel, even when we're making it where I got a selective here, where you have to be here for 3 months. And that's working out. So thank you. And everybody showing love to him. Now, here is the form, and this may not be the most up-to-date version. This is the one from June 2021. All right. It's form 21-8940. Let me know if I got that wrong. So it's the veteran's application for increased compensation based on unemployability. So if you're filling this out, you're not currently working. You're listening? You have at least a 60%, one condition at 60%, or you have a combined 70% with one of the conditions being 40%. You're in one of those two situations. They could give you either IU, individual unemployability, or they might give you TDIU, give you a permanent rating. But both of them will be based on your inability to work. A scheduler 100% is usually not based on your ability to work, usually. Now, so let me see. One have to be 40% and the rest can make up to 70%. Yes, unless you have one that's 60% and then you can file for it there, 60% or higher. Remember, it's gonna the rating's gonna for unemployability, you're gonna either be 60%, 70%, 80%, 90%. You're gonna be one of those. Sometime in special situations, you can get it at 20%, but we're gonna talk about that later. If it'll prevent you from working, we're gonna talk. There are always exceptions to the rule, but we're gonna stick with the rule today. Can we do that? Now listen, Jay Oliver, he said, hi, Betty Charleston. He spoke to me, so I'm gonna say something. Coasty, Paul, and H-Town. Yes, indeed. Now, individual unemployability, a temporary IU. Okay, that's what we talked about. That's the first form. That's the temporary one. That's a form of unemployability that's temporary, individual unemployability. If they give you any one of these type of 100%, don't you turn it down. You can always, that's a springboard to move forward. Then there's total disability, individual unemployability, total disability, individual unemployability, TDIU. This is a permanent rating. We have a video on this subject, so you can watch. It's pretty much the same as 100% permanent total. It's just based on your ability to work, as far as working in a sheltered environment is the first one, and working under the poverty level. So that is one thing. So it's not your, hold on, let me get that right. So correct on what you said here. Counter is based on your monthly income. Okay, not necessarily your monthly income, but if you are working. So I have to correct myself, Brother Charleston. Let me go back there. Give me a second. I'm glad I caught that. Oh boy, let's see. So Brother Charleston say question extra schedule 6% and up, extra schedule unemployability based on monthly income or employment or both. Well, I kind of have to say now it's based on employment, but not your monthly income per se. So you might be getting money from other places as long as it's not work income, okay? You might get it from rental properties or whatever. Here's the thing, and they might look into that if they see it as work. You can't work over the poverty level, which is $16,000, about $16,000, a little over $16,000. And you have to work in a sheltered environment. So that's kind of the rules. All right. Go watch our video dealing with TDIU, and it goes in more detail. Glad you asked the question. Now, here we go. Let's deal with, now we talked about temporary and permanent ratings. Let's deal with permanent and total in particular. Let's just go straight to permanent total. So we're trying to overlap so everything will make sense. We've went over this information, so we're trying to tie it in so it makes sense to you. Now, remember, here's the law. For a condition to be static and considered permanent, static by showing no progress, showing no change or progress. So static by showing no change or progress, meaning the condition right where it was. Your car still broke down. It ain't moved. It's in the front yard and ain't going nowhere. But if it starts sometime and you're able to get to places, that's some improvement. All right. Number 2, persist for at least 5 years without material improvement, meaning it's not a major improvement on it. Number 3, this is what makes it permanent. Permanent, not expected to improve. These are the laws, and we went over this on different videos. So let us continue, family. Now, total ratings. Total ratings, 100% total ratings. When we talked about total rating, is based on the symptoms that are at the 100% level that does total impairment, total social and occupational impairment. Okay, regardless of what your disability is, it has to first offer a 100% rating. Migraines do not. So if you got the highest for migraines, I think it's 50 or so. No, it would have to be a mental health condition, and we're going to show some others in a minute. So total mean that you have symptoms at the 100% rate that are severely impairing function. So here we go. VA looks for severe symptoms, total functional impairment. Remember those terminologies when you're getting your benefits and when you're trying to protect them from the VA taking them away. You want a doctor evaluating to see whether your disability based on the symptoms cause total functional impairment, where you can't work, you can't do this here, based on the criteria for your disability is different for every disability, pretty much. Now, and we always use mental health. Look at the two that Mr. John Brown had: persistent delusions and impaired judgment. Gross impairment of communication, where you can't work with those type of things if you can't be consistent. So you may be able to do it from time to time, but on a job, they expect you to do it every day. All right? Persistent delusion and impaired judgment. Where can you work with that kind of stuff unless it's controlled by medication? And that can be risky. Now, and here are some of the other ones that's for mental health. Here's some of the other ones for mental health. You don't even remember your name, names of close relatives. You have disorientation of place and time. You might think you're at home, but you're actually at work. So this is what caused at the top. Look what it says under symptoms: total occupational and social impairment. And this is what it is for all of them, fam. No, but this mental health, not back pain. So what do you have to be to have total impairment? Meaning total impairment, you got symptoms that are so severe, they give you total impairment, and that meaning that you have total means you're paid at the 100% rate. You have symptoms at the 100% rate, not paid. All right? If you have symptoms at 100% rate for your back pain, that means your spine is frozen, pretty much bent in place. How you going to work with that? You have severe spinal injuries. That's why you don't see a lot of people with 100% for back pain or injury. Let us know if you know anybody you ain't got to say who they are. If you know somebody that's 100% for their back. Diabetes, this is another one that it can affect you with total occupational and social impairment, just like mental health conditions such as PTSD. Now, diabetes rating criteria. Symptoms: require insulin injections more than once a day, a restricted diet, and regulation of activities, with complications such as ongoing weight loss, loss of strength, or complications that would warrant separate evaluation. So this is a bad, you're going to have to be doing a whole bunch of stuff all day. So how will you be able to work? So this is total functional impairment. Remember those terms. Chronic fatigue. Let me ask y'all this here. I want y'all to share with me. Who has worked with chronic fatigue syndrome, where they were so exhausted, but they were working? Who've done that before? Let us know. Now, Betty Bob says 15 likes and 10 watching. Who's worked with chronic fatigue, and how did you do it? Let us know. This is another one that can be totally impairing. Just in the name, it'll let you know. Who's worked with chronic fatigue, struggled to work with the exhaustion from chronic fatigue? Talk to me, family. I have. Guess what I did? I drank one of them monsters, and I'm taking the fatigue. I took medicine for it, and I took my psych med to make me sleepy, so I had to stay up at work. So I took one of them monster drinks. I ain't never took another one again. That thing is crazy. I look like a zombie. Now, chronic fatigue syndrome. For total social and occupational impairment, symptoms are constant and so severe they restrict nearly all routine activities, whether they're work or whatever, work or home and hygiene, and may sometimes prevent self-care. Okay? Veterans at this level often cannot work or manage daily life without significant assistance. So Brother Jay Oliver say, he's had chronic fatigue at work. I don't know how y'all made it through that. So somebody said coffee. Who said coffee? Jay Oliver, somebody said coffee. Who said coffee? I saw coffee. Oh, that's Jay Oliver. I saw the word coffee. I don't drink coffee. I try to drink the Coca-Cola. It has a little caffeine, but I can't drink coffee. It's just too strong for me. Charleston, me, third shift, because of PTSD, worked that shift less stress. Yes, I worked the third shift too. Jay Oliver, I actually worked out before work and drank coffee the whole 12-hour shift. Whoo! I had. So we got people that have been through this here. Come on, family, let's talk about it. Now, do y'all understand what the P means? Permanent, not likely to improve, and the total mean you're paid at the 100% rate based on total occupational impairment. You have symptoms that reflect 100% rate, and total means equals to 100%. You're actually 100%. All right. Now look at, this is when she was back as a flight attendant. I had it working as a domestic flight attendant, 6 days on and 1 day off. Whoa, that's heavy. Respect to all y'all. Now, understand this here. Whether you have 100%, a temporary 100%, you have 100% permanent total, whether you have TDIU, total disability, individual unemployability, or you have IU, individual unemployability, they all pay the same amount. It's just with IU and TDIU, you're not actually 100%. You're just paid at the 100% rate. There will be no difference in the amount of money that you receive. There are just differences when it comes to restrictions of things you can do with any form of unemployability. Are we clear? Let me know. If this information has been informative, please like, share with others, and subscribe. Now, shipmate, Betty Boss, why do veterans seem to work weird jobs? You know, I wonder that. I've done some strange jobs. I'm trying to remember. I know I've done some strange jobs. Is the MOSs we do in the military kind of awkward? That's a good question. Now, y'all can start chatting, family. Go ahead. You know, we chat a little bit. Come on now. We through with the main information. Come on with it. Let's chat a little bit, and we're going to go over the law. We went over the information. For those that have watched this live or recorded, this is the part we're going to go into VA law. We're going to talk about veteran news, and we're going to be a little more less strict here. We're going to, might talk about other topics. So it's okay to get off topic now because we handling it. And you can talk about on topic things too. Now, let's see what our sister say. Let me get this here. Our sister say it was not like international. So she was flying domestic, local. International, you fly 8 hours one way and off 2 days in England and Germany. See, I'm confused. I was confused. I thought when you fly overseas that you're actually working more days on, but the domestics, they get you more days. Okay, I'm learning something. Now, Charleston, that was not weird. Now, let's see. Now, listen to what he say here. Jay Oliver, seldom jobs transfer from military to civilian life. I was tanker. Anybody in here was in a job in the military, MOS, military occupational specialty in the military, transferred to civilian life? Let us know. Put a yes in the chat. If your your job in the military did not transfer to civilian life, put an N or a no in the chat. For me, it would have to be a no. And I'm going to get to y'all statements. Mine did not transfer. You say transfer to civilian life. That is a boat weighing mate in U.S. economy. So now, MG Smith says, H-Town, good evening, and family been listening, didn't want to interrupt. Well, thank you for being here. Mine did not transfer. I was in a tank. They didn't have tanks. But I did have the MOS. I worked in the MOS as a truck driver, and I didn't drive trucks when I got out there. I thought about it, but I didn't. I drove Hemmets in the military, 88 Mike. Betty Bob say, yes. You a flight attendant in the military too? Jay Oliver say, yes, 85%. Okay. MG Smith says, yes. Oh, see that? Y'all was able to translate that thing over. You was able to flip it. Now, we're going to go into the VA law. We go lightly into it because we got a lot of things. Let's see what my brother says. He said, yes, mine did. ES, especially the schooling, A and B in the Navy school. So they paid off. Did you ever work in the shipyards in the civilian world? Let us know. Now, okay, family. Hold on, I'm on the wrong thing. What? Let's get this right. All right, there we go. There we go. Now, and he said, hi, MG Smith from Coastie. Okay. We thank y'all for being here. Now, okay, now this is the process dealing with the nod. Okay, we're going to talk about nods. Notice of death. You got to notify people when a veteran passed away. All right. This is very important. And the quicker you do it, the more the benefits will be straight. Okay. Now, here we go. Notice of death. Command for a veteran notice of death processing. Processing veterans' notice of death, a nod under the first notice of death, command, and share. Okay. Need to let them know. And we go more than that. And I guess this military, different thing, notifying the family. But also you need to make sure the things that you need, the file number, the name, service information, especially if they're getting, this might be for active duty military, but especially if they're getting VA compensation benefits. Because once they find out the date that they passed away, they're going to want all them checks back. The only one you're going to get, so let's say I was to pass in September, that 1st of September check should get. So that's clear. All right, so I think that's going to be the first. That September check is going to hit in October 1st. So you get that one because it's a month delay. So you want to be real careful in notifying them about a veteran passing away. This is very important. Okay. Now let me see what our sisters say here. So we went over the VA law right now. Thank you, Sister Betty Bobs, for that information. No, I was admin in the U.S. Navy. This is Betty Bobs. So I thought she was actually a flight attendant. She said, no, she was an admin in the United States Navy. When it transferred to civilian, but civilian did not pay enough in administrative, that's why I became a flight attendant. Okay, now that's making sense. See, I'm all up in your business, sister. I'm all in your Kool-Aid. Now, let's go over veteran news. We got a few things that our sister Betty Bobs and Alaskan Ice has given us, and we're going to cover that tonight. We thank y'all for being so patient with us here. We thank you. Okay, let me make sure. Okay. Now let me see. Can I find it here? First, we're going to start with, let me see what we're going to do first here. And we're going to turn the music down. We got a few things going on. Unfortunately, a few things dealing with prison time. So, we unfortunately. So we hear veteran news now. Veteran news. Fair use. This is for educational and informative purposes only. And guess what? We got the link in the description because the one YouTuber getting started out got this doctor guy, but he got some look like very good information. Last night sent it to me, so I put a link in the description. So check him out and see what he's all about. Well, I'm gonna kind of be watching for the first time. I only watched a few, about 10 or 15 seconds. We're gonna watch the rest, but I have a link to his channel in the description. Okay, and we're gonna talk about that. Now, Jay always say, hi, MG Smith. Better by H-Town, the VA knows when a veteran passes away. They learn from Social Security. Social Security is supposed to notify. They keep track. H-Town, not all in the Kool-Aid. Yeah, I'm all in the Kool-Aid. Don't know the flavor. I'm old school. And they saying hi to MG Smith. MG Smith say hi to Betty. Jay Oliver say, the voter registration in Louisiana is better informed of citizens' death than the VA. Wow. What about Social Security? So that's interesting. That's very interesting, Brother Jay. Charleston Zimmer says, evening, MG Smith. Family, we at this part of the game. So they speaking. So now what we're going to do, let me see how I did this. I think, so let me pull this one up. So I'm going to share the screen. Which one would it be? Okay. This dealing with the Navy, family. So here, now going forward, if anything is upsetting to you, you just going to have to stop watching for a few minutes. I'll tell you how many minutes because we're going to go through the information. All right. Now, let's see what we got here. Let's share this. Boy, I thank y'all for being such a blessing. Now, here we go. We're going to mute the music, so we appreciate y'all being here. Y'all can keep chatting away, family. We got that done. It still ain't made an hour yet. Do you see when I'm able to focus? See, because now I don't have to worry about reading what y'all say as much because I don't know y'all not going to put some chicanery. What makes me upset if I'm reading some garbage that I say don't do, and I've been saying it 100 times, and it's done anyway. We got somewhat of a trust level in here. And by the time we start letting other people in, I'm going to need some of y'all to be some moderators. It ain't going to be about buddy. You're going to have to be about making sure everything right. If you can't correct people, you don't need to be a moderator. We're going to get into that. I'm doing research on it now. So let me get this music off. So we're going to go into that. Anchors away. I ain't heard that in a while. Oh boy, y'all something else. Now, let me put my headset on now because I want to hear this. Make sure that you can hear. When it comes on, give me some a music emoji in the chat. H-Town, that's I don't interrupt when you're teaching respect. Yeah, thank y'all. No, I know, but you can come in and say hi, and we keep it going. Now, this is a short one. This ain't for about 26 seconds, I don't think. So let me see what I got going on here. Now, here we go.
A former benefits service representative at the Providence VA has pleaded guilty to federal bribery and extortion charges. According to prosecutors, 47-year-old Michael Dara of Taunton.
Okay. He's 47 years old, of Taunton, former Providence VA service rep, sought and accepted $27,000 in payments to expedite claim. I didn't know they could go to jail for that. Now, who does he work for? Oh, he's a VA representative. Oh, okay. He's a VA representative. Wow. To expedite the claim. Sentenced in October. Is the game real out here, family? Let's finish this up.
Sought and accepted a total of more than $27,000 from veterans and their families to expedite paperwork and get their disability benefits approved. He also admitted to a witness tampering charge after trying to get someone to lie about the payments they gave him. Dara will be sentenced in October. Former benefits service representative at the...
All right, so we got that one out the way, fam. All right, fair use, fair use. We got another one coming for you. All right, let me get myself back on here. Fair use. This is for educational purposes only. Now, let's get into this one here. Which one I want to do first? Yeah, I want to do this one first, the one on the Navy. All right. U.S. Navy retired. Oh, boy. I don't ever like hearing stuff like this. Now, I think it was a VA representative. Now, let's see what they say. VSO, now VA representative. So, yeah, so I don't know if VSOs can be charged. But they work for the VA because I saw it in the upper headline. It wasn't down there, but it was in the title. Now, look at link in the description. You can watch the video, the full, that was the full video. Now, let's see what our brother say. He say the voter registration combs the obituaries for the specific parish. And in Louisiana, they call the counties, they don't use the word county, use parishes. Thank you, brother. And very deaths again, health department death reports. I didn't realize there's so many ways to find out if somebody passed away. Now, Betty Bob says, H-Town, he was VA rep. I thought he got more in Rhode Island. Okay. Yeah, he's a VA rep. It showed at the top. So thank y'all. That's why I had to clear that up. Now, family, let's get to this next one. This is going to be more of an audio. So thank you. Thank you. Let me pull this up. And the link is in the description for this one also, I believe. Now, this is audio. I don't think I need the link for this one. All right. Wow. Look at this. This is September 18th, 2025. Let's see what's going on. Let me know if you can hear.
Former U.S. Navy Admiral gets 6 years for influence for hire scheme. Admiral Robert Burke, USN, Reddit, has been sentenced to 6 years in federal prison for making a deal to trade his influence in the Pentagon for a lucrative post-retirement job. As a 4-star admiral, Burke is among the highest-ranking officers ever convicted of a federal crime. Today's sentence sends a clear message: if you sell your honor and trade your influence, you'll pay the price, said U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro in a statement. Instead of leading by example, Burke cashed in that trust, turning 4 stars into $signs and trading duty for a corporate payday. While it is commonplace for admirals to take positions with defense contractors after leaving the military, prosecutors allege that Burke arranged a 6-figure military contract for his future employer before he departed the service. The story began in 2018.
So here's the problem, family. Not that he went and worked for the contractor. Now, let me know if I'm correct, y'all, because y'all Navy people in here, 2 or 3 y'all. Now, audio is good. Audio, I love it. No, I want these audios. It don't have to all be visual. Now, listen. I love audio too. I love this. It's a lot clearer a lot of times. Now, here's the thing. A 4-star admiral, is that like a 4-star general? Let me know if I'm right. That's like the highest you can get, right? In the military. I mean, in the Navy. Let me know if I'm right, family. Now, listen, normal for commissioned officers, especially in supply. So this type of stuff goes on. Is this happening on the ships, off the ships? Or these, what kind of contracts it's interesting, do they have? Okay, this happens. Okay, y'all let me know. Thank you, Brother Charleston. Okay, yes, he's 4-star general. Okay, he's 4-star, like a 4-star general, a 4-star admiral. Let me ask y'all this. I don't know, so don't be mad at me. Who's like over a submarine or a ship, a battleship or something? When they say captain, what do they mean by that? What's usually their rank? What are they, like a admiral or something? Or rear admiral? 4-star admiral? Tell me what they are, because captain means something different in the U.S. Army. It means like, you have butterball lieutenant, which is a second lieutenant, first lieutenant, then captain. But captain means something different than y'all think. Now, let's just say ownership happened on my first ship. Wow, 1978. NIS took lieutenant off in shackles. Nah, hold on. Let's clean this up, Brother Charleston. Did they take him off in shackles in front of every sailor on the ship? They did it privately, right? Did they take a lieutenant colonel off? Captain is 06, okay. And I want to know what's the similar of a 06. Let me ask you this here. Did they take him out in front of y'all, Brother Charleston? Please let me know. Oh, man. Yes, in daylight. Bruh, Charleston, how y'all feel about that? Them taking commanding officers and high-ranking enlisted members, senior chiefs, off, getting them to do the perp walk right in front of everybody on the ship. They haven't been proven guilty yet. Shouldn't they have their day in court, or does it work different in the military? What if they get reinstated later? But now, like Army colonel, okay, a captain is like an Army colonel. Yeah, okay, a full bird colonel, not a lieutenant colonel. Got you now. So we're going to go over the ranks because I need to learn these things. I kind of knew them at one time and forgot them. Whoa. This is heavy. We about to get back to this video. This is heavy. I was shocked. He took kickbacks from outside contractors. Yeah, so this what this 4-star admiral did. He took kickbacks, but he did it before he got out the military. He was using his position to get that money. Now listen to Jay Oliver. The Navy builds a majority of facilities and specialty projects. Now we had people stealing from supply. You know how they had them little burners, the little gas burners. When we went to the field, somebody went on the base and stole like 100 and some of those that you could put. You can cook a little warm up coffee on it or food, because it was a little gas thing, and they stole a whole bunch of them, 100, 200 of them. Can you imagine how much they sold those for? This in the 90s. Now I got to ask you, come on, tell us about your branch. Coasty, have y'all had scandals like this? Let us know. Let us know, Air Force. We've had scandals, but I don't remember walking with that perp walk. God, dog, why they have to do it in front of the sailors and the soldiers and the Marines and the airmen? Shouldn't they do that by night? They don't care. When they coming to get them, they coming to get them. Now let us continue.
When training firm Next Jump received a subcontract from the Navy for a pilot program. The Navy terminated it the following year, leaving Next Jump without any military contracts. Next Jump's co-chief executives, defendants Yanchul Charlie Kim and Megan Messenger, emailed Admiral Burke, the vice chief of naval operations, in hopes of re-establishing the business relationship. That outreach did not yield results for Next Jump right away, but in 2021 Burke agreed to take Kim's call. At the time, Burke was Commander Naval Forces Europe and Africa. Kim allegedly laid out a job proposal for Burke. If the Admiral secured a workforce training contract for Next Jump from Naval Forces Europe, and stayed in the Navy 6 months afterwards to promote the training service-wide, he would get a $500,000 per year post-retirement job at Next Jump, prosecutors said.
So they want him to do the work before he got out. Wasn't he already making good money? They say, but we gonna give you this job, $500,000, $500,000 a year, if you do what we say. So it's not just the service members that are corrupt. It's also these businesses. Do they go to jail? Do they get prosecuted? Who do you blame in this situation? Do admirals make that much money? Come on now. If a righteous man changed from his righteous ways, should all of his righteousness be forgotten? I'm just asking. He must have done something. He made it to the level of a 4-star admiral. Should some considerations be taken? They putting him on the perp walk. Now, what would Doug Collins do in these type of situations? And brother, I didn't show y'all, but they got, talk about special forces. They got a whole bunch of crimes they get in trouble for. And all military forms of military do it too. But I saw ones on special forces, got some serial killers in there and everything. I remember that one up when I was up in Virginia. Two of those what do you call it? They were in training to be what they call it in the Navy when you go into special forces in the Navy. What is it called? They have a name for them, you know. We talked about it. Jay said Red Horse, aka Pink Pony. Now listen, cash under the nose affects some to do bad things. Not everyone can't be an angel like H-Town. Oh Lord. Now they gonna get me in some scandal. See, that's why I be checking this any type of foolishness, because when they won't come for me, I'll be saying I was framed, I was set up. Huh? What happened when our great leader, and he was a great leader, Marion Barry, the mayor twice of DC, they caught him in that hotel room. Huh? He had some little funny stuff in that pipe with that woman. He said the B set me up. They elected him again. He did a lot to help our people, but he got caught up. He said he got set up. Now, these contracts most times are worth billions. My question to you is, what can be done to stop this temptation? Because I'm going to tell you this, when I was getting out, they said I could go over and work overseas in like Saudi Arabia and make 100,000, or many of us. But I couldn't go back over there. I just got over there from fighting. I couldn't be over there around them people like that. Not at that time. Now let us continue, family. Y'all are doing an incredible job. Thank you for joining us, family.
That sequence of events unfolded as allegedly discussed. Next Jump delivered trainings in Naples and Rota, and Burke went to work for the firm in late 2022 at a comparable pay rate.
Now, Rota is in Rota, Spain. That's the naval base in Rota, Spain. Who's ever been through Rota, Spain? I want to say it's Rota, Spain. Who's ever been there to the naval base in Rota, Spain? And that's what some of this app, man, this thing run deep. Let us know if you've ever been to Rota, Spain. I want to go. I don't think they'll let you on the base unless you're active duty. I'm going to find out. I hope they do. It depends. When it's overseas, it depends on the base commander.
Burke's defense lawyer, Tim Parlator, a Navy Reserve JAG officer with a top-level Pentagon role, argued that the military and government investigation into Burke's case had been done incompetently. However, a jury convicted Burke in May. Kim and Messenger's case went to trial in August, but ended in a hung jury and a mistrial. According to Parlator, Burke may have had a better chance at his trial if his jury had seen the same evidence allowed in Kim and Messenger's case. Federal prosecutors asked for a 10-year sentence for Burke after his conviction. On Tuesday, U.S. District Judge Trevor McFadden sentenced him to 6 years in prison, plus 3 years of supervised release.
Now, family, what did you notice? Come on now, let's be real with it. We talked about character of discharge. He went before a trial. What did you notice? Did they reduce his rank? What y'all think? Come on, fam. Now, say I have December 80 outside in town. Let me know how was it over there in Rota, Spain. I always want to go to Rota, Spain. I've been to Lloret de Mar. I've been to Barcelona. I want to go to Rota. I might go there and live for a while. Betty Bob said yes. I have in 1998. I'm hating on all y'all. Y'all Navy, y'all get to go to all the ports. Y'all get to go to everywhere. Some of you Air Force do too. And your Marines be riding on that with them. Now, Joseph said, hi, guys. And then Jay say, hi, Joe. Man, Joseph, what's going on, bro? Man, it's getting heavy. We got one more to go over, one more again. Now, this is a video that a sister, Alaskan Ice, she still gets us information. She be busy doing what she's doing. She's always supportive, as y'all are. H-Town, Jelly. Yeah, man, I like over there. I ain't gonna say why. What you know about Jelly, man? I hope you ain't how you know our terminology, man. You done broke the code of the Black community. Chilling, my brother. Look, brother, I appreciate you coming in here because you always come with peace. See, I'm gonna tell you, brother Joseph knows me outside of here. You understand? And he don't do no whole bunch of chicanery. I say, hey, man, don't use my real name. Oh, no problem, man. Never had no problem about him. He just cool. You understand? Because you don't want to mix message then because the ignorant people start doing crazy. Because I'm known out there. I'm out there. But here, if you see me out there, you better call me H-Town here because I'm going to call you by what you want to be called here. If you want to be called Betty Bops, that's what I'm going to call you. If you want to be called Charleston Zimmerman, that's what I'm going to call you, Jay Oliver. And you may have a different name when you email me. I'm not going to use that name because I respect your privacy. Yes, sir. Respect for the family. Yes, indeed, man. The whole family. Because when you disrespectful to me, you disrespect to everybody. If I'm disrespectful to you, I'm disrespectful to everybody. Now, come on. Now, let's see this. This one here, we ain't going to watch but a little front of it, and it's talking about special money compensation. Whoo, not a cook. Oh, come on, tell our stories. Oh, we going to start telling stories tonight. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Y'all going to tell y'all stories. You ain't got to tell names that have been changed to protect the innocent, but we want to know your criminal investigation story while you in the military. I got one, and I don't steal no more either. No less, but no more. Come on now. Kosi says, a cook got busted for stealing food. Maybe the cook was hungry. Betty Bob say, H-Town, thank you. Yes, indeed. Charleston say, evening Joseph Price. C story time. Come on now. Now we gonna save the other C story, but let me get to the rest of the information. I better keep it going so we can get to the after party. 16 likes and 9 watching. Let's get this last video out the way. Fair use. This is for educational and informative purposes. So fair use. Let me get this next one on here. All right, let me get this out the way. Man, I hate to hear that. That I don't think that admiral lost their pay. I don't think officers get reduced like that. I think he get the full pay. What you think? Enlisted get busted down sometime. Say, hey guys, from Joseph, brother Joseph, we glad that you're here. Some of my family come in here, they not even veterans, right? Like Lion is coming here, like our sister Black Ambrosia. She busy doing a lot of stuff, but we love our sister. We love y'all, and they don't come in here with no chicanery. Because H-Town ain't gonna let it slide, because these are the kind of people that'll turn on you. When people do little stuff, the most dangerous people in my life have been people that do little silly stuff and then run and hide. Those are the most dangerous people. Not all of them, but I can't pick one snake out from the other. I don't know which one bite. I don't know which one poisonous. You understand? So if you're doing something, we're gonna give you a chance to get it right. If you can't get it right, keep it moving. Now, let's get into this here. The last video for the night. Now, we're gonna go over. We might go over the rest of this later. We'll just start a little bit. But this individual name is Dr. Marsh. Hold on. Okay, Dr. Marshall Bahr, Bahr, Bahr. So they got 1,042. That's like 1,420 something subscribers. So 1.24 subscribers, and I like the way they do things. And I want to support other veterans. Really, it's important. I don't know if he's a veteran, but he's putting out information to help veterans. This is the first time I saw the video, to be honest with you. In Alaska, and I sent him, and I like the way he started out. And go good look for yourself and see if it's your cup of tea. Now let's go here. Okay, where you at? There you go. Now let's do this here, family. Now he's talking about special monthly compensation.
The VA Disability Podcast.
Fair use. This is for educational and informative purposes. Fair use, fair use. And like I say, the link to his channel is in the description, and a link to this video is in the description. So you're welcome to go over there, and we appreciate you and their Dr. Bahr, because we want to get your channel out there. So this is for educational purposes only. Respect. So I'm getting information. I respect the people that I'm getting information from. You understand? Ain't no hating over here.
I'm Dr. Marshall Bahr, your host, and I'm rejoined again today by my co-host, Josh Ackler, our Director of Veteran Outreach. Good to see you, Josh.
Oh, glad to see you again, too.
So excited about today's episode. We're talking about SMC, Special Monthly Compensation, the different rates. It's very exciting because, I think a lot of people, I always ask them, do you think you're maxed out? A lot of guys think that 100% PNT is the finish line. But for a lot of veterans, they don't understand that it's not. There is compensation to be had beyond that 100% PNT. So today we want to structure that conversation around that. What is SMC? What are the different, letters that you can get beyond, just 100% PNT?
So once you got that 100% PNT, but I want to ask y'all a question. If you get special monthly compensation, what other program that you can't qualify for? Can you get special monthly compensation and aid and attendance? I forget how it works. I know if you get housebound, you can't get aid and attendance too. Which one I forgot, family. So let me know. Let me know how it works.
What are some of the compensations for each of those? And how do you determine if you're eligible for each of those, right? Let's talk about SMC 101. All right. So what is SMC? What does it stand for? And what is it?
So SMC stands for Special Monthly Compensation. It is a special pay that is beyond your 100%.
On top of, right?
Correct.
So you get your 100%. It's extra scheduler. Now, here's the thing. But the difference between this but difference between extra special monthly compensation and the 100%. The VA, the 100% is based on 100% VA disability is based on the severity level of your condition. This is not based on the severity level. Special monthly compensation is they look at the big picture. You need extra money because your condition is so bad that you need extra help beyond the 100% rate. I hope that makes sense.
It's
Or beyond,
on
yeah.
top of your 100%
Mhm.
disability. There's a lot of criteria on some of them that you have to meet, but it's what you get on top.
Yeah, things they're looking for, it's meant for severe cases like limb loss, paralysis, being housebound, aid attendance, blindness, and etc. But I think one thing a lot of guys see that and they're like, oh, I don't have any of that. I don't have amputation. I'm not blind.
There's going to be a lot of things that's going to sound like just letter and number blast in the face here.
Yeah.
And
I think
Yeah, because all the numbers. Now, we're going to go into more of it. I might go part of the video. You can go over there and watch it. I might play a little bit more. But the main thing I enjoy, it could be for a variety of disability, even mental health conditions. You can get it higher for mental health. PTSD, you can get as high as $12,000 a month.
what we want to focus on is you don't have to be missing a leg. You don't have to be missing an eye to be eligible. If you have complete functional loss of a limb or complete functional loss of vision, just because you're not missing a body part doesn't mean you can't be eligible for it. This doesn't exist just for worst case scenarios.
It's for loss or loss of use of the extremity. Okay, so real good. We're going to stop right there because I want to go ahead and we're going to get to this after party. But I hope that's helpful. I really appreciate because I want to go into more. We're going to go into more detail the next time. We put out so much news tonight. Now, we're not going to do no Dougie talks. Anybody got any information on the Honorable Doug Collins, the Secretary of the VA? Any information, send it to me. You can bring it up right now. Any information y'all like to share? Let us know. Now, let us continue. If you haven't had a chance to smash that like button, good, no Dougie. But I'm going to be digging it up, Brother Charleston. I'm going to see because not to make you mad, but if he does something, I have to report the news. Now, about our channel, family, okay, listen. People don't pay attention. Here, we're going to be, first of all, informative. Interactive is we want to do that, but if we can't, we want respectful, transparent, protective, troll-free. And troll-free is doing stuff that's repetitive. Now, when I corrected some people that been doing it for a long time, talking about stuff outside the channel, let me come full screen. That's trolling. When I say, hey, stop talking about y'all conversation, and I end up calling names. Now, one person apologized, got it right. The other person broke and run, just hid. You ain't doing no more hiding. You ain't gonna do that and just come back like ain't nothing happened. No, not here. You understand? If you can keep doing stuff, you can come and get it right. If I'm giving you a chance to get it right, you should get it right. If I'm not blocking you right off the bat, that means I'm trying to give you a chance, not a chance to be sneaky. I'm not the kind of person. I'm from Houston, from Fifth Ward. We don't deal with people that just be doing little janky stuff and don't admit it. Hey man, we come up. Hey man, that's my bad because my name is my name. I don't want no dirt on my name. So I can't play with you like that. If I'm giving you a chance, for those of you in the future, if I give you a chance to get it right, I'm trying my best, but you're not gonna come in here and operate how you want to. Many people that know me, they'll say, you know what? H-Town, they call me by my name. They say people can take you the wrong way because you're easygoing guy. Yeah. I'll give you the energy you give me. Because when it's all over, we gonna do it. Because if I'm putting all this energy to do this stuff, people thought I was just complaining and wasn't gonna do nothing. I say, hey, I'm putting all this time in this stuff. No, if I'm doing it, I'm letting you know you need to get right. Well, he ain't said nothing about me, so I'm getting away. No, you're not. No, you come and family. If we get a disagreement, you ain't got to be all edgy here. We ain't got to be that, because I'm giving you 100 chances, well, a few chances to get it right. And hey, let's do this here. You know, that's how I am in my personal life. I interact with that like with my child too. I know one day my daughter was 12 years old, and I was somewhere and I was doing something that she didn't like, and she checked me. I said, wait a minute, how'd she get to check me? Now I wasn't, I guess she kind of misunderstood what I was doing, but she was right in what she did. And she called me, and my daughter's the sweetest person in the world. Daddy, what you doing all that? I said, I was trying to do this here. Blah, 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 blah. And she didn't mean no harm, but she was checking me. I'm like, hold on, how'd she get to check me? I'm the one driving home. I want to know, fam. Now listen to what y'all say. What y'all know about this special month? H-Town, you explain special monthly compensation better than the expert. Yeah, so, and we're going to keep going into it. And many of y'all explained it, you know, but I like the, you know, I promote people until they do something janky. That's why I want to remain authentic. And I'm telling y'all, you can't have people around that's doing weird, oddball stuff. Let me explain why. When I was going, I used to, you know, go into the VA, and I helped somebody. I told y'all this maybe before. This dude brought a female with him. It wasn't his girlfriend, I don't think, but it was like somebody, you know. And I'm taking him in to talk to my VSO who helped me get my 100%. This woman started rolling on the ground, got grass all in the hair. Me and him just talking. He stopped, I stopped and look at her. She rolls, hop back up and start walking. I told him, don't you ever bring that person around me again. I went in there, you know, but this woman got grass in her hair. You understand? That woman was full of so much turmoil. See, oddball people are dangerous when it's not understood. I ain't talking about people with mental health conditions. I'm talking about these people that try to throw you off like they doing weird little odd stuff. You got to watch that. Because they all want to come back. H-Town said this to me. H-Town slid in my DMs. Oh, did I slide in them DMs? Oh Lord, am I gonna be a what they call a scandal like Jimmy Swagger? They caught him with the first prostitute. Now he can sing. Jimmy Swagger is gifted. Now let's see. And then they caught him with the second one. He said he was just praying for her. I hear you. Now, family, we gotta be on point. I got it right here on the screen. People telling me, you need to forgive people. You need to not unblock people. You need to let them have their own point of view. Let me tell you something. I said you can come and disagree with me, come up and handle it. But you can't just be coming up and telling me how to run my channel. If I tell you it's going to be this way, it's going to be this way. All right? Because I got to respect the other people in here, because I promised them a certain product and I got to stick to it. Now let's continue, fam. Here, your opinion counts. Now, y'all let me know. Have I ever, y'all let me know. However, if you had an honest opinion, have I ever tried to stifle your opinion on something? Because sometimes y'all don't agree with the way we handle it. I handle it the way somebody else handle it, but I respect it. I've learned stuff from y'all. And if I have, let me know. And I'm not one that's too big to apologize. But because I apologize don't make me weak, that means I'm holding you to something too. Huh? It work both ways. Now, our regularly scheduled live streams are on Sundays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. Central Time. And we sometimes have impromptu live streams. Yeah, y'all in an exclusive club. Now, because you got to be at 3 months. I'm trying to make it where people can come back and redo it. But if they start acting up, I'm gonna make it 6 months. Then I'm gonna make it 8 months. But I'm gonna try to keep it where y'all in here. I don't really care about new people coming to chat. They can come and watch, but if they're gonna be disruptive, there's no place for them here. That's how tight I am with this thing. And still getting subscribers. Because a lot of the people that listen, they don't want all this extra stuff. Yeah, and I don't like it going back and look at other videos and all these fake people in the videos. Unacceptable. Pretending to be women and pretending to be this. No, that don't sit right with me. But it will happen somewhat. Contact us. We want to give a special thanks to our sister Betty Bobs for the $50 donation on my birthday. We have our email if you'd like to contact us. If you have a mental health emergency or any other type of emergency, you don't need to contact H-Town or let us know in the chat. You can let us know you have some issues you got to go handle, but you need to handle that and let us know afterward, because we can't do nothing medically to help you. And I don't want nobody in here giving you advice that could make them or the channel liable. Okay? All I'm going to tell you, go get help at the hospital or whoever that works on that, because I don't have no medical degree and I ain't in no capacity to help you do anything. Now, YouTube, go watch it. Please go back and start watching our videos. Some of you doing that. And if you like to donate, like Sister Betty Bobs, thank you for that. H-Town Vet Northside. $, H-Town Vet Northside is our Cash App. And we also have PayPal, which is our email address, htownvetnorthside@gmail.com on PayPal. So thank you, family. We want to make sure everybody is getting what they need out of the channel. Okay? That's why we verify information. Okay? When y'all were working at these, when you were in the military, have you ever been asked to sign for something and they try to give you an order and you hadn't verified that supply product? You say, well, I haven't seen it yet, sir, or senior chief, or whatever y'all call them in the sergeant. Have anybody ever tried to force you to do anything in the military without properly documenting it? And how did you handle that? I give you an order. We have our suggestion box. Now listen, okay, hello. H-Town, I don't like to snitch, but other veteran disability channels starting to cover your subjects, but they don't do live chats. Yeah. Now this is interesting. I snitch. I want to talk about it. Family, my question is, you see me, if I get something from somebody, if it's something I already knew, I may not say nothing about it. I'll let you know who I got it from. If you get in my style, because I'm doing some things that other people ain't doing, I'm not as polished because I'm a Southern man and I often fall back on my Southern accent. Say, H-Town, I agree with Charleston. Tell me what's going on, family. What do you mean? Give me an example of some of the topics. Because I like to know what's going on out there, because I know y'all surfing these veteran channels. What are you noticing? Can you remember any of the topics that was similar to the ones we covered here on the channel? So they sitting here, they copying my swag, huh? Now we at the after party, so we can talk about it. When you saw that, okay, how did you feel about it, brother? Because I'm sure some of these channels are larger than mine, aren't they? But they can't come up with the topics the way I do. They can't present the slides the way I do because it's in my brain. Listen, it's part. It's part of my experience with the VA, number one, and my background as an educator. So I'm able to do certain things where they may be, I can have a polished conversation, but I'm a Southern man and I'm back home. So it's hard to suppress that Southern accent at times, especially when I feel like I'm around people that I feel comfortable with. All right. So let us know. Oh, Lord, disability, money jealousy, especially other veterans and family. Now, when I brought that up, they talked about that topic. I'm the only one that's ever brought that up. Did you really hear? You've heard people. I remember that. What was his name? Comeback Craig brought up. I had to give it to him. He brought up, don't be telling people about your stuff. He brought up, he talked about keep quiet about it. But I went into it, tell you how other veterans can be jealous. Now listen here. Now this is interesting. Everybody so love the WW. Think I remember you from before. Now I like this here. Let me see. WW in the house. Let me pull this up on the screen. Now, if you somebody new, I'm gonna read your information first, or somebody ain't seen in a while, because you may have been there before. And especially when y'all do these little odd WW things, those are I kind of pay attention to that. But I think I've seen you before. Now listen, everybody show love to two W's. Now, hey H-Town, if a claim is backdated to 2003, would it fall under the 20-year rule? Do different rules apply to backdated claims regardless of the 20-year rule? No, you qualify. So that means now, when would be 20 years? 2023. All right? It goes back to your award effective date. If that 2003 is your award effective date, and you might already have your 20 years. If they go back 20 years, they usually don't go back 20 years. But if they went back, yes. And you want to listen, WW, you want me to tell you some game? You need something from them once you got the 20 years that say you're no longer getting services from the VA. Something of that words. Ask me how I know that. I can't tell you how I know that. Huh? You don't want to just have your 20 years. You want some documentation to show you 20 years so you don't have nothing else to do with the VA unless they can prove fraud. Come on now. And if you ain't committing no fraud, you ain't got to deal with them ever again unless you want to. They're going to say something of the fact you're no longer receiving services from the VA. You need to know your date. Huh? Come on now. Paul Cox say, I like your approach, H-Town, especially your experiences. Huh? Yeah, they can't hold that against you. Listen, they didn't say, now listen to what I'm telling you, WW, and I'm going to get to you, Betty. He said, thank you for help so much. Now listen. Remember this here. Now, I want you to understand why I'm telling the truth. Okay? You have to have, let's say you had 100%. And they backdate your 100% back to 2003. And it's 2025. So that meant in 2023, you had 20 years and you just got it in 2025. Well, if you've been paid at the 100% rate, whether that be for 100% permanent total, TDIU, or I want you to listen to me, or even IU, individual unemployability, which is temporary. If you've been paid at 100% rate for that back to 2003 to now, they can't lower your money under that 100% payment. Here's the problem. Do you want to listen to me, fam? Here's the problem. Ain't nobody going to tell you this because H-Town know it because it's in my brain. Here's the problem. let's say you have unemployability, you're not going to have Chapter 35 because it's a temporary rating. So you locked in because you've been having it for 20 years, or they backdated your effective date and you kind of got it, you ain't had it for long, but they just go back 20 years. So you locked in on the 20-year rule. However, you're locked in for unemployability. So let's say you file for your permanent total. You're listening to me? They might get tricky with that permanent total because that starts a new 20 years. You'll still get your money, but will you get that permanent total? I'm not for sure. I'm going to have to get into that. Because when you file a new claim after 20 years, that starts its own 20 year. So you open up a can of worms in there, WW. Huh? Come on now. Now let's see. Thank you for that compliment, Paul. Now, Betty Bob said, you did the TDIU and a no more than 2 weeks, they are doing the same topic. Lord. And that's why I don't follow, I don't watch people videos, because I don't want to coincidentally do it at the same time. If I do it, it's a coincidence, unless I see something, I say, hey, I learned this from them. And like, VA, what's that guy's name? The one with the little ascot. I haven't watched him in months, but I'll let you know I got something from him. Or I got something from VA Claim Insider. Or I got something from Sib Dib. I tell you, because Sib Dib know how to get that law. He helped me get the law. I'm learning that from him. So thank you, Sib Dib, for that. Comeback Craig, I like the packaging, the way he had it packaged. And, I learned a lot because I liked it. I liked the way he did it, Rest in power, man. See, I waited to acknowledge his passing away because I'm not doing it out of phoniness. People talk, they'll talk. When you die, people gonna say something good about you, something bad about you. I wait till after all this over, and I'm gonna speak mine. I'm gonna talk about it from time to time now, because I ain't trying to get on no bandwagon. I ain't trying to, pretend to be something phony. I'm real with this. That's a fellow veteran that passed. Now, and yes, I was asked to approve of a repair, okay, by a chief. E7. Oh, Lord. You hope you didn't refuse the order. Let's see. I'm joking. That I know was damaged. Navy equipment. I did. And I had said, no, chief, I would not. Woo! Then he threatened to write you up, he or she. Come on, family. I can't put nothing over there. Every time I put over here, my light go out. It turns the power out. Sorry about that. When I put my drink over there, I say drink. I can't say drink in Texas. A drink means something else. That ain't nothing but Ozarka water over here. I ain't trying to advertise. Now, Dallas Marquez is in the house. You see how people feel more comfortable coming back now that we handling this thing. And now, Charleston Zimmerman, even in Dallas Marquez. Paul Cox say, hello, WW and Dallas. See, we doing it, family. And I'm telling you, from now on, when these people come in and you suspect, and ain't nobody really in here right now, but people come in suspect, they come from time to time, or it's some kind of shady. I can pick up vibes, even though I'm just looking at chat. They think I haven't been around long enough. All of us has been around long enough. We can see some crazy stuff. Coasty be picking up on it. He be peeping game. He don't say nothing. He's sitting on this yacht because he don't want no drama. Huh? That's a little hating on my part. He said, ahoy, welcome aboard. He said he gonna let me on the yacht. Jay Oliver says, one day I want to go up to Massachusetts. Do they have up there coasting? Do they have the live lobsters or the live crabs? I want them live crabs. I don't know if y'all got them up there. Let me know. Because they already dead when they're down here. They already cooked and dead. Let me know. Now listen what Jay Oliver said, hey Dallas, And then WW say hello to everyone in the chat. Yes, indeed. I might just leave it at the 3 months and let the 3 months run out. By then, we'll have a solid thing because the trolls, some of them still have accounts where they can get in here because they made a lot of dummy accounts, or some people know they on bad terms. All you got to do, just like these people that's using my channel, my topics, because I come up, you know how I come up with the topics a lot of times, it's based on my other slides. I say, okay, that slide could have been a whole, what do you call it? That slide could be a whole topic. Or I see y'all bring up some, y'all wasn't too clear. I wasn't, we was working on getting clear what's permanent and total. We got that straight. And then we worked on what's, what did we say? What's permanent, or what's total, or temporary, or permanent. And then we worked on what's total. Come on, fam. Come on now. Now, family, what y'all got to say? It's the after party. Now, let me ask y'all, how y'all know for sure that they're using my topics? Because I'm always interested in stuff like that. It's like, because when I go over them, then they go over them. Why do you think they do that? Without acknowledgement. Now, because I told y'all, VA Claim Insider, I like their information can be extremely solid and thorough, but I think they have a team. So I get information from them from time to time, but most of it, because of AI now, I can do this on my own. It wasn't like this when I first started. Now listen to what our brother says, Charleston. We're in the after party, family. We ain't gonna be in it long. We keep it between under 2 hours or 2.5 hours, and we close it out. So any questions, concerns, or comments, you are welcome. Even debate, family, you'll never be judged here because of debate. We welcome that. It's just disrespect from these people that's coming sideways telling me how to run my channel. And I say, when I'm at your house, I'm gonna respect you. If I go to Brother Charleston's house, I'm not gonna be telling him, hey man, you need to move that pillow over there. Close them curtains over there. If I don't like what's going on in Brother Charleston's house, I'm gonna leave. Now, if we want to talk, we talk about something, we might be in a little debate about something, that's about that, but not how to run his house. Because he's the one that's gonna face the consequences. You see what happens when some people do wrong, they just break and run. And I'll be left to handle all the cleanup. Nah, this ain't my first rodeo. You understand? Now Charleston say the chief asked for my, okay, he had just taken over the division. He wanted my approval before he did it. I knew he would blame me. I had a witness. Come on now. I seem like, I remember you had a similar story when you was in the civilian world. He worked for the federal government, one of my friends, and they tried to get him to sign off some bacon. He said, I didn't see the bacon. And the guy to rate you up and all this, that supervisor got walked out because they were stealing product, food and stuff over on military base over there in naval base in Norfolk, I think. Now, Betty Bob say, H-Town, there was an actual title on the same topic you did. It happened several times. Please send me that in email, sister. Send me some links to that. I want to know what's going on here. Send me that. We won't put you in. I just want to know what's going on. I like to know who I'm dealing with. If you're watching me, I want to know, because you getting my information, but you ain't gonna pretend like I ain't the person I am. Huh? Because y'all know I'm putting out information. Some people put out very thorough information, but this information, I work hard, I process it, I'm putting it out in ways that I'm learning. What I told y'all tonight, when WW asked me about that, what if the 20 years happened? They go back 20 years, and you just had your disability for a year or two, but they went back to 2003. Well, you automatically got your 20 years, but you need something to verify that. Come on now. Thank y'all for looking out for me. And like I say, we don't rule with no iron fist over here. But we gonna handle our business. Now, oh, I ain't got that up. We want to hear from your family. What y'all got to say? We want reviews. You can view the information, be critical of it, comments, feedback, opinions. We don't hold none of that against you. Brother Charleston said, he said, I was watching to see what your angle was. I like real talk. I'm not phony about that. Now listen, this is Brother J. Oliver. I've been moving, getting Champ VA and Delta Dental and VA Life. Everything for me is smooth, but my spouse stuff takes a little time and patience just to get everyone. Now listen, brother, unless she's 100% too or something, because you can't get Champ VA. You can get Delta Dental and the Life, but Champ VA, I don't think, unless you are dependent of 100% disabled, the veteran themselves don't get Champ VA. The dependents get that. So if your wife is 100%, you can get it through her. Let me know something if it's different. Betty, Bob, shipmates, why do people want Snell as the snitch? Oh, let me be quiet. Don't snitch, sister. Now he got me. He right. Don't snitch. Now you ain't got to snitch. Don't do nothing. Don't say nothing. He right. Don't say nothing. I'm so curious. I'm nosy. I want to know who out there. So we gonna just drop hints. We know it ain't the cowboy in the basement. He's transitioned. Is it the guy with the cigar on the roof? Oh, you ain't got to drop no hints yet. What to? Lord, I'm nosy. Boy, Charleston, keep it right. Now you ain't got to say nothing, but Charleston, right? That's why I say we got to correct each other. I know sometimes I break left because I be want to know who out there messing, sitting there copying my titles. I want to know, man. You sitting there, riding my jock, man. What's going on with all that? Why you sweating me? Huh? You want the game? Tell them who you got it from. Tell them who taught you these interesting topics. Now, no, I was processing the stuff for her. Oh, okay. Now, J. Oliver, LOL. Well, y'all something else. Oh, Lord. Now, this is another guy in the basement with a backward ball cap. Oh, now that's a good one. I wouldn't know who that one is. This is another guy. This ain't the cowboy in the basement. This the somebody got a back. I think I remember somebody. I don't know if I'm about to say what branch they was in. It wasn't my branch. But I don't remember the hat. Did I see somebody with a backward hat? Oh boy, y'all got me. I see we can do it like that. Now, family, we ain't even made 2 hours. We got this information. How's the weather where you at? They done dug up my whole front yard to the side because my neighbor, they have a leak pipe again. So they kind of had the bulldoze on my side to get to theirs and between our yards. But they going to repair everything. Took my little plant up. I like my little red tips, but they going to put it back down. He loved the VA. Oh, he loving VA. Okay. Job name rhymes with mine. Which the first or last name, brother? That's interesting. Was it somebody ever came on my channel before? Now Charleston says it's 86 degrees, raining all day. It's been raining off and on. Now, that's interesting. I like the clues. It's like we're doing a show clue. So let us know what the temperature is where y'all at too. Right now here in Houston, it is 81 degrees, but it's not as humid as it used to be. I mean Richmond, right outside of Houston. Betty Bob says 71 degrees, off and on raining. Yeah, that's what we have. It didn't rain today, but yesterday it did some off and on rain. Louisiana, 80 degrees and muggy. Yeah, usually it'd be the same way down here, Jay Oliver, but not today. Not today. So that's interesting. I'm gonna have to remember that. So it's in VA, but from Houston. I'm trying to see. I'm gonna have to start watching other channels, but I don't like watching 77 degrees for Joseph Price. Better Bob say so far he has not been on your channel for his chatting. Okay. MG Smith says 69 degrees, partly cloudy, Cooksville, Tennessee. Yes, indeed. And like I say, family, when you all you got to do, if something going on, and I correct you, and some I've been telling, just come on and just get with it and say, well, hey, I was doing it for this reason. You may have misunderstood, whatever. Even if I did misunderstand, because most time I don't, we're gonna let you slide if we come out and be straight. Huh. I think okay. You've been hearing a lot of chickens, right, JL? Is that it? As a rooster. Fam. Oh, look, y'all, brother, it say Coleman is 70. Coleman is 72 degrees. Make sure I ain't missed nobody. Y'all done good. Family, we did this. We ain't got it. Because now you the center of attention. We don't have to take time away from the information because we want people that's watching live. How funny is it? His partner has a rooster. So it's more than one of them. No, it's not the rooster guy. Boy, keep hitting like that. Boy, I like this is fun. Don't use no names, but we'll find it through. Because y'all help me. I finally saw the guy with the cigar on the roof. Now, Joseph say, can chronic fatigue syndrome be claimed as a secondary condition to PTSD? I'm sure I remember. I'm sure it can. You have to be able to tie it, but you can get it under chronic fatigue syndrome. Yes, it can. How to do it? I've done it for a while, but yes, especially on the Gulf War syndrome, undiagnosed illnesses. H-Town Curious bite the cat. Curiosity, yeah, curiosity killed the cat. I better let it go. Charles, I better let it go, huh? I want to know who out there sitting there. He say, thanks. Okay, yes, you can be. But you need the right connection with it, brother. You understand what I'm saying? You're tying in not just the PTSD, but whatever you went through, because this is a physical manifestation. The exhaustion, the fatigue is a physical manifestation, and the PTSD is mental health. Him and the rooster guy are thick as thieves. Man, I think I know the rooster guy. Yeah, I know him. I think I know the rooster guy. Okay, he was a Marine. Okay. I'm gonna have to look. So this guy, oh boy, y'all got me. Y'all playing quiz. It's like we have to hint around at it. Any other context clues? Any other context clues? He's friends with the rooster guy. He's a Marine. He live in Virginia, but he's from Texas. I guess I just haven't been watching nobody. And like I say, it's for a reason. Oh, look at say Betty Bob Shipbait, you salty tonight. Oh, Charles say you salty tonight. Sometimes I be thinking Charleston ain't white. I think he light skinned. You know too many of our terms, dude. Where you learn all this stuff, man? I guess on that ship, boy, y'all be everybody be communicating. Listen, say you feel some kind of way. What made you? Let me ask you this here. What made y'all figure the repetitive stuff? What? Give me can Brother Charleston? You got to get his approval first. Can they give me a hint by giving me a topic that I covered, that person covered, and would that be asking for too much? I'm asking Brother Charleston because I don't want to be too nosy. Oh Lord, say I am a woman. I have 99 personalities. Does the VA pay for more than one personality? Will they pay you 100% for one personality and 100% for the other personality? I'm asking for a friend. Come on, how many VA checks can you get out of them 99 personalities? One of them might have PTSD, and I ain't trying to trivialize your condition if you really have it, sister. Say I did. Okay. When did you give me the topic? You sent it to me now? That's interesting. How can something rhyme with that? That throw me off. I'm seeing if I can get this stuff to update. Let's see. I don't know when you sent it to me, sis. Yeah, I remember you said it was on TDIU. It was on the last stream. Well, we're gonna. I'm gonna start looking. I'm gonna start paying attention. That's what I do. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh, the one on license plate. So, first name rhymes with my first name. Jay. It could be Ray. It could be Bay. Bay is a female name. I'm definitely gonna be looking. And she said it rhymes with spiritual song. Now look who in here. Vin Olive. Everybody show love to Vin Olive. Vin Olive, go back when you get a chance and watch the beginning. We got through this information in less than an hour. You hear me? No trolling, no confusion, supporting each other, and we're fellowshipping. Sometimes the circle got smaller and everybody can't go, in the words of the late Nipsey Hussle, who got his name from Nipsey Russell, a comedian. Okay, his name is like okay. Well, I'm gonna have to look that. Just know they copy you, so you're making noise, H-Town. Yeah, and that's why I gotta realize it's gonna be some trolling. That's why I want them to be able to come up and debate me, tell me why I'm messing up, and I like a good debate. But if they just want to come and act silly, I can't be dealing with no grown men acting like silly. That's not my thing. We're not gonna be having no cat fight with no grown man, huh? I don't know what your lifestyle is, dude, but you got to man up on this. Cause I ain't gonna be talking to no grown man with all that silliness. You gonna talk to me like a man, and I'm gonna come at you the same way, whoever you are. So that's interesting. So, Brother Charleston he's saying hi to her, that I'm making some noise out here. I want to know, what kind of noise am I making? I saw it happen a few times while some people went over stuff that I went, but you saying it's becoming a pattern. Somebody said more than one of my videos. Why do you think my topics, I know they're different. Other than them being different, what do you think makes people gravitate? Is it something about my style? Is it the way we interact? Let us know what's going on, because I like to learn these things. Because I'm going to tell you, sooner or later, people will come to you. When they have to, some won't, but they'll want you. They'll want you to do some slides for them. Because who else? Y'all know anybody else putting out slides like this? Let me ask you this here. Do you know anybody else putting out slides like this? Wow, several of my videos. Oh, God. My Lord, several of my videos. Huh. Now, which pace? My pace is not warp speed. So you say, and I don't know. Now, tell me if this here. Some of y'all brought this up. Who has live streams this long where they're interacting with the chat, putting out information? And I don't know. Any other veteran channels? And say I'm doing what I learned from my brother Jason and other my other brothers and sisters. I learned from them. Yes. Okay. What you saying yes to, Jay? Because I forgot what I said. H-Town people can't come up with their own ideas. Wow. No original thought. So how you gonna be able to teach somebody without original thought? This is just a gift of mine, and it's a gift, and people try to make it into a curse because they feel like, you know what? And this is why I keep having problems with people trolling. They like, I can do what H-Town do. That y'all don't need to be listening to him. You should listen to me. Well, it's more than just the knowledge. You got to have a personality. You got to have a heart for the people. You got to be authentic, because let me tell you something. When y'all go eat places as we get older, at least myself, I'm not going there just for the taste of the food. I'm looking the way I'm treated. And if they ain't treat me right, I don't care how good the food is. I don't want to eat it, because if you treat me like this out here, I don't know what you're doing to the food in the back. Huh? Now, this is an interesting. Paul says, hello, Vin. Y'all see how we in here, the love is coming back, people coming back. Better say, oh, and they are trying to have live chats at least once a week. Same person I'm speaking of. Yeah, I see somebody doing live streams on the same time I'm doing. I noticed that too. I'm like, hello, come on now. That's kind of interesting. And using my interaction techniques. I've seen that. Now, I'm going to tell you what I saw. Now, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong, because I want y'all to correct me. Let me come up on the screen. Now, would y'all agree that I have a certain style when I say style, that's just the way I talk, so a certain style on the way I interact with the chat, where I ask y'all questions and we back and forth. And I noticed somebody doing that. I noticed that about 2 weeks ago. Okay, what about this here? I said, that's interesting. Have y'all noticed before I came on the scene, was anybody interacting with the chat like that, questioning them? Because my training is as a school teacher, as an educator. So participation is important. So I'm noticing people doing that now. And I'm just saying, tell them where you got it from. Because I have no ego to inflate or offend. But tell them I tell people where I got it from. And I noticed that. Look at y'all cutting up. Let's see what it say. Betty Bob, Shay Oliver, shipmates. We Navy had to deal with this. H-Town doesn't understand. We perfect. Yeah, I don't understand. What is it because y'all on the ship in such a confined space that y'all can pick up on all this here? It's so many of us in the military, man. I mean, in the Army, I can go get my little shelter half and go over there on that part of the ground. I ain't got to deal with that other person. Other than unless we completing the mission. H-Town, so you know who I'm speaking of. But I don't remember that name rhyming with J. I noticed that. I noticed they did because you know, if for some reason if you're putting out certain kind of product, they advertise who's linked to your thing. So on my what do you call that? On my analytics, that they recommend my videos with other people's videos, and they recommend their videos with mine. And I just happened to see one of the videos on my, and I said, hold on, come on, do this here and do that. I said, that's kind of sounding like me. I'm like, I don't like being copied now. Now that's what I don't want to be. I'm gonna tell y'all that I don't mind people getting information. That's why I told you who I got it from, the gentleman tonight, and I put it out there, and I a link to them. And even with Sean Ryan, I gave y'all a link to his channel. Most time I do that, and and I like, he put out some good information. He kind of skewed, but I appreciate it. He a fellow veteran. But no, because they don't want to say my name. That's the issue I got, because I know I'm not the I ain't the step and fetch it type. I'm not gonna step on another black person to impress nobody. And I'm talking about, this is with black content creators too. I'm not doing none of that. I'm gonna respect everybody regardless of ethnicity, color, religion, gender. I'm gonna be the or your orientation. Don't come to me with that. You come to me straight up. Lead with your accomplishments. Huh? And I'm most humble person in the world. But don't take my kindness for weakness. Because I don't forget. I'm like the feds. The feds have a 99% conviction rate. You know why? They let you do the crime for about 5, 6, 5, 7 years or more. So when they get you, sometimes they selling you the stuff. Because they letting you spend the money and they come draw it all back. So I pay attention. Yeah, I don't want nobody copying me. And y'all tell me what you think, Brother Charleston. Should I worry about stuff like that? I just, ain't saying I'm do other than, hey, man, hey, whoever you are, female, whoever, chill. You're doing too much. Because as the channel grow, what we don't want is people just copying it. You got to come up with your own topics, or you say where you got it from. I told you. See, y'all doing some. Look who in the house, family. They doing some Navy talk. We got Benny in the house, says hello H-Town and the chat family. Yes, indeed. And let's see. Let's see, brother. He said, are we in the after party? Brother Benny, we are in the after party. Everybody show love to Benny. We've been here 2 hours, 21 minutes. Y'all trying to get slick and keep me here a while. Betty says, hello, Benny. See, family, when we got the people, everybody just enjoying, I'm letting y'all do y'all thing. You know what I'm saying? I want to share that y'all talking to each other, you know? Van Olive say, hello, Benny. Because for many of us, then Brother Charlton says, evening, Benny. Many of us, this is some of the only interaction we get with the outside world. So we don't need people bringing drama up in here. People say, well, this is the internet. Trolling comes with it. Yeah, but I will shut trolling down. That's why I was letting y'all grow with us. So I knew I was going to cut the trolls out. Many of them just kind of fell off. And the problem is not that some of them can't come back. It's just that when they done so much wrong, they don't want to own up to it. They're like, who is H-Town? The person that runs the channel? Now, it was the person I told you he doesn't not deal with women veteran issues. Oh, yes, indeed. I'm noticing that too. I noticed one time, but I'm gonna have to go look. But that's okay, got you now. Yeah, but I noticed that. Remember I told you about that, and I wasn't for sure when I said, hold on. I noticed it one time. I don't know how. I noticed it one time. I said, hold on. I looked. It's about a couple weeks ago. What about this here? Blah blah this. I said, oh, that's my little style. Okay, cool. And then I noticed the whole thing come and this and that. Sitting watching me. I know some time ago. But see, I acknowledge people and I show them props why they can't show me props. Don't do that. Huh? And I'm the kind of person, listen, I'm straight up with it. If I ever did some kind of collab, I tell them, hey, I don't like that. And they can tell me what they don't like that I did. Ain't no problem. And I tell them why I did it and if I stand on it. You understand? But if it's something that they say, well, blah, blah, I said, well, okay, I apologize for that. I ain't got time for all that. Benny says, hello, Jay Oliver. Vin Olive, Betty Bobs, Charleston Zimmerman. Respect. Come on, family. Respect. Uh-huh. And like I say, we keep a little excitement going. Don't mean we just gonna be bland. We gonna have a little excitement. We gonna have some disagreement, but this don't be no continual just disruptive person or disruptive people. Y'all know what we went through. Y'all know what we went through. Yeah, I remember what you said about that. We peeping game up in here. Now, any final statements anything y'all want to cover, we getting close to 2.5 hours. We try to keep it under that. Benny, thank you for showing up. The best for last. Betty Bobs, thank you. And we don't want to stifle y'all from expressing yourself. Let's see what that said. It's a yeah. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, so you have, and you will ever copy the person. You are an educator and way too creative. Okay, yeah. Well, see, the thing is that people, and I'm not talking about this person in particular, but I'm saying people, and I ain't saying I had any action with other people. but I know me because I've been around the world. You know, we travel. Y'all been on ships, y'all been on an air strips, and you've been all over the world. This is not our first rodeo. We've experienced people, whether it's these people, and I knew me coming in, I want to bring something that was different, that I felt was lacking. There was a lot of things that were okay, that was good, but what would happen is it became redundant. And I ain't saying that's a bad thing because I learned something from it, but it become redundant and they was all copying each other with this. You know, I can't do all that. You know, I got to be my own person because I got to take time to value the people that I'm preparing this for. And I need to be learning and growing as I do it. You understand? Because this is so important. See, I can't get so caught up in myself. Yes, the A. Okay. Let me know what you mean by that, Benny. Say yes. Yeah, they all kind of copy each other, and then they get where they copy me because all that, you know, but that's, you got to be, you know, the problem is you got to keep doing stuff over and over to try to keep getting views. I don't buy any views. Okay, you say so. What you mean? You know, you can buy views. From what I know, you can buy views. I don't buy nothing. I'm not paying. I ain't paying no company to do views for me. I ain't saying everybody doing that, but some people do that. Now listen. Thanks for another great live. I enjoyed the time. Just half a laugh and sing, and I wait. I mean, a good time. Good night. Good night. Jay Oliver kicked it off. Good night. We got 3 minutes left. Jay Oliver, good night. Benny, good night. Thank you, Jay Oliver. MG Smith, I've been missing you. Alaska Nights, been missing you. Thank you. Everybody say good night, family. Betty Bobs, thank you, sister. Brother Charleston, as usual. He's so solid. Vin Olive, when you come in here, you bring a calming spirit with you every time. And that Jay Oliver just keep being interactive and supportive. Just feel, Brother Paul, speak when necessary. Love, brother, love. Oh man, y'all made me feel so good tonight. Y'all don't know how good y'all made me feel. And I look forward to seeing y'all. Because I got to a point that I wasn't looking forward to coming on some of these lives. Because I don't like drama like that. I'm telling you, I don't like it. I thought about just, doing more recorded videos. It's easier to do this. Brother Joseph, thank you. But I can't, I gotta be there for y'all. MG Smith was here tonight. MG Smith in his house. Sorry, brother. I remember. WW, you brought that through. WW, that was a powerful question. Dallas Marquez, thank you, brother Dallas. And brother Price, we thank you. Thank you so much, my FBA brother. Coasty, thank you, brother Coasty. If you're still in here, thank you. Y'all just kept it going, family. Coasty was chatting like crazy early. The first person in the room was Betty Bobs. I got it highlighted. Now let's see what y'all saying down here, so I can catch back up. Now let's see what we got. All right, now. Now let's see what we got here, because I don't want to miss nothing. Now, Brother Charles says H-Town Navy veterans just are conditioned to order and procedure. It rubs people sometimes. Yeah, and they think, we got to keep some structure. I don't want people to think we easy going, but we can't let you just say anything to people in here. We have people in here correcting other people, come to find out that was all the rules. that was meant to check me. With all due respect, we should do this. Ain't no all due respect, nothing. That's the words right before some foolishness. You can catch me on email. You got something like that. You trying to you don't tell me how to run my channel. Get up out of here. Then want to back down. Oh, I mean, yeah, that ain't the first time you did it. Cut all that out. Grown men liking drama. Benny say good night, everyone. Van Olive says good night, family. Because you don't get one time. Because if you check me, you good. But if you check on some foolishness, you don't give me one time to do that. Then I'm looking at your side eye. When I ask you, hey, what you meant by that, and you don't say nothing, that's that you already put yourself in that trick bag. When I say, hey, this here, and the other person come up and say, hey, I apologize. Oh, I didn't mean nothing. And you break and run, then try to run back. Nah, we don't do that. Oh, yeah, this has been happening for different people, been doing it for a while. Now, listen, Betty Bob say good night, Charles and Z. Night. Joseph Price say good night, people. Then MG Smith say good night, H-Town. H-Town night. Boy, y'all doing it. Yeah, we don't play around here. I look like, you know what? I'm not an idiot. I just play one on television. Let me put it to you like that. Charleston say, good night, everyone. Betty Bob say, H-Town, enjoy your weekend. It's getting good and gooder and gooder. Benny says, about to watch the replay. Do that. If you didn't see the beginning, watch the replay, family. Betty say, family, good night. And she relax on the migraines and make sure she okay. That's why we kind of cut it short too. MG Smith say H-Town. Then we got Benny say Coasty. Then we have 17 likes and 10 watching. Come on, praise God. Now, MG Smith say H-Town. Sometimes I just don't have a lot to say, but there won't be any drama for me. No. I'm not saying, look, we can disagree. We can chop it up. I don't want y'all to get the wrong idea. If you don't have to agree with me, because I'm not looking for no kiss-ups, and I ain't looking for nobody that's not afraid to express themselves. These people just abuse, and they think they so slick. They all come with the same thing. They have a rules. Go look up rules if you don't know it. They come with a rule, something to throw everything off. And they do it about 4 or 5 times. And I'm like, okay, this, I see what this is. And when they see I realize who they are, they stay away for months. I've seen people do that, then come back. Most of these people was here before y'all. Joseph 100. And then Coasty say, hi, Benny. And Betty Boss H-Town, thank you so much. Thank you, and thank y'all, family, for joining us tonight. We're just over 2 hours and 30 minutes. We finished the information in under an hour. And we want to thank y'all for joining us. And we dealt with the question for tonight. All right. We dealt with the question, and the question was, give me a second here. Oh, I didn't make a banner for it. Let me make a banner for it, family, before we close out here. Ain't that something? I didn't make a banner for it. I usually do. Okay, so the banner for the night is, the question for the night was, what is the difference between permanent and total? Let me correct that. What is the difference between permanent and temporary VA ratings? and we hope we answered it for you. So we want to say good night to the family. We thank y'all for being here, for supporting us, understanding that we're trying to make the channel stronger, not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, but we must continue the mission. Must do that, family. So some will be with us, some won't. And y'all take care, and I'll see you the next time. Good night.